In this video, I will show you two controller settings that if you use them well, they will actually make you a better player and allow you to rank up and climb divisions because you will have an advantage over players that don't use them. Now, this is not going to be gimmicky stuff, use these settings, post-patch, you'll get more wins. No. Settings that actually make a difference and allow you to become better. Before we get into these, quick shameless self-plug guys, because our Black Friday promo is live with the craziest discount we've had so far, so you can get our The Guide Plus FC26 Season Pass at a 50% discount. Guys, if you're looking to improve at FC26 and you want to reach your goals, no matter if it's climbing divisions or beating your friends, hands down, this is the best investment you can make, but we only got 100 season passes at this price. So check out the link in the description and get yours while you still can. More on this later. So guys, the first setting that we're going to use is that we switch from assisted shooting to precision instead. And now before you say, man, my finishing sucks already, what will manual shooting do? I'm going to miss even more. Think again, because you actually got it the wrong way around. This setting will help you because as you can see right here in the description, it's not fully manual. Your shots will still be partially assisted. I will explain more on that in just a second. And also, you are going to get more accurate shots with less errors and also faster ball speeds. So this setting will actually help your finishing, and I'm going to show you right now how to master it step by step. Okay guys, so first some inspiration, what kind of amazing bangers you can get when using precision shooting, as you can see right here. And now let's talk about what does partially assisted mean, like how does precision even really work? Well, the way it works is, as I said, it's not manual, you're still getting assistance, and you can see that in this clip right here. So I get the ball to my player, and then with how I aim here, you can see with the little line here on the ground, and then also my input on the left stick, you can see right here, I'm actually aiming slightly next to the target. And since it's still partially assisted, as long as I'm not too far off target, I will get kind of auto-corrected to where my shot is going inside the goal still, and I'm able to still score this. So as long as I don't aim completely off the target and I, aim somewhat to the corner flag already, then my shot is still going to go in. And this is where you can still get the benefit from the precision shooting. So as long as you at least aim somewhat at the corner, you will get a really good finish. And it also kind of works the other way around. If you take a look at the second example right here, this is where I aim a little bit more centrally, maybe even a little bit too central, but I still get a really nice finish. So as you can see right here, this time I'm aiming a little bit more centrally, but the ball is still going in. And obviously this shooting line that, by the way, you can add in the visual settings, or you can remove it if it's distracting you. But in my opinion, it helps you as well. So again, it's not manual. You have actual assistance with how the setting works, and then also with this line. So as you can see right here in the beginning, I'm completely off target when I start aiming because I actually aim, to the corner flag in this example because it's a pretty tough finish. But then I see this line right here and I'm able to kind of correct a little bit. Let me see if I can catch the frame here. And yeah, now you can see I corrected my aim, and what was off target before is now pretty aligned with the target. It's still a little bit wide actually if you follow the line, but it's good enough to score the finish in this situation right here. And so this is how exactly it works, and now we'll talk about how to practice. So the first thing for practice is going to be learn to play and then the practice arena, guys. And here you want your attacker to be against the keeper in a one-on-one, and you want to get a feeling for this setting. So start by going intentionally wide, like just shoot wide, how maybe you would normally shoot unassisted. Right here, a finesse shot as well, shoot them wide. And then you want to gradually try to aim a little bit more towards the corner, and you can see and kind of get a feeling for, okay, there was on the target, now I'm a little bit further away, okay, this was not the sweet spot anymore. You can try the same thing with finesse shots as well, okay, a little bit closer, already enough, good. But then you maybe also sometimes aim too centrally, like you're, okay, there I actually aimed enough to the corner, I was also really close, but maybe sometimes you're like too much in the center and the goalkeeper will save it. So get a feeling for kind of that sweet spot, and that is what you're going to do in this first practice scenario right here. The next scenario is going to be in Learn to Play as well, but this time in the skill games section. And here you want to move over to shooting, obviously, and then play rapid angled shots. By the way, guys, if you enjoy this type of content where we not only show you the mechanics and the techniques, but we actually also explain how to practice everything, how to dial everything in, then you'll love the Guide Plus. So again, can only recommend that you check it out, because over there we also have an entire course where we explain practice drills like this one for player switching as well, for example, and you can also get your own personal analysis, so you can get direct feedback on your game from us, which is amazing. Again, we have a crazy Black Friday sale going on right now with a 50% discount, but only 100 season passes are going to go away at this price. So check it out now, get your season pass while you still can, and use this offer. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, rapid angled shots. What is it all about? Well, it's a little bit more game realistic. So you can see we're building on top of each other here. And so you're going to get into the shooting box here and then really dial in your finishes. So you're getting the ball from both sides. Then you can go for some low finishes as well here, some finesse shots. And what you want to do is really make it game realistic. So you're getting the ball here. Okay, ball roll to beat the defender, finesse shot, top bins. Okay, get the ball here, little move there, low driven. Okay, perfect. And you really always want to aim for the corner exactly, right? You want to hit the target. So make this as game realistic as you can. Little skill move. Then we're going for the corner again. Get the ball here, turn, twist again, low driven finesse. And like this, you're going to practice and dial in your finishing even more. And the final scenario that we're going to practice is fast shots. This is the hardest one because, as you're going to see, you need to think quickly. You need to see what kind of finish you need to use. And then obviously you also, perfect, I didn't aim well there. And then obviously also you need to execute on the inputs with the precision shooting. So here I need to shoot high. Okay, top bins, perfect. Okay, one-on-one against the keeper, beat him low, take a touch here, high finesse, hit the target. So this is what you kind of want to dial in this shooting drill. And as you can see, it's really quick. So you constantly need to be scanning the goal, see where the targets are, and also see what kind of finish you go for and what is blocked, you know, from all these obstacles, or where the target is inside the goal. And you're going to finish like this. And once you get good at this, then you're definitely ready to take your precision shooting in game. And it's going to be about just practicing in game as well, right? Try and error. If you miss one, check out why it was. Like, did you aim too wide? Did you aim too central? Were you a little bit hectic? You just got to practice, guys. And once you're able to get like a good score and score most of these easily without having to think too much about your aim, you're definitely ready to go. All right, let's dive into the second setting now, shall we? So we are actually going to switch away from tactical defending and use advanced defending. And as you can read right here in the description, what it's going to do is it's going to give you more manual control. So instead of only having one button for your challenges in the defense, you can now use the circle or B button in order to attempt a standing tackle, and then you can press X on PlayStation or A on Xbox to go for a shoulder challenge or a seal out. So you have more control over what type of challenge you want for a specific scenario, and this will allow you to win the ball more often and more consistently if you get it down right. So let's dive into how to do that. So the thing that's really strong about the advanced defending is that you can get these shoulder challenges and seal outs on command. You know, the game's not deciding for you. You can recognize a situation like this where the opponent is kind of dribbling alongside you in a running duel, and you are going to then press X here in order to get into the challenge from the side and kind of seal out the opponent and really use your body effectively in order to win the ball right here. So this is what you're after, and those are the types of situations when you're going to use the X or A with advanced defending, when you're side to side with the attacker and you can kind of bump into him and win the ball like that. And then on the other hand, when you want to get a standing tackle, you're going to use the tackle button, you know, situation like this where the opponent is coming at you from the front a little bit more. So in a scenario like this, where the opponent is dribbling into you and you really want to go in there after the ball with a tackle, that's when you're going to press your tackle button and you're going to win the ball. Now, as I said, getting these seal outs on command can be really strong, as you can see right here, for example, especially with the bruiser or bruiser plus playstyle. You can, in situations even like this, where the opponent is to our side and I don't want to fully commit with the tackle here, I can simply press the X button and I can apply a little bit of pressure, and you can see already I put Pina completely off balance here and I'm able to win the ball with the bruiser. But even players who don't have such crazy physical stats, like for example right here, Mariana in the midfield, I'm going in there and I'm getting the ball. And sometimes you can even press the button multiple times. You know, people always ask, how often do you press and stuff? So the way I do it is I get close, and then when I feel like I'm close enough to where I can actually have an impact and I can actually use my body a little bit, that's when I press the button for, like, you know, I would say medium time, like half a second or something, a second maybe, you know, like really press it. And then if I don't win the ball with that first press, I can actually press again and then win the ball. So if a challenge is going on for longer, you can press multiple times. And as you can see, guys, it's really strong and effective. Now, the only thing that you have to be careful about is that you don't overuse the shoulder challenge, because there are situations when the shoulder challenge is not so good, or like the opponent is already in front of you, so you're not really getting to the ball anymore. So let's look at this right here. Opponent is getting in front of me, I used the X for the shoulder challenge, but I'm not able to stop him from playing this pass anymore. So sometimes the shoulder challenge is just a little bit too passive, and especially if the opponent is able to squeeze in front of you, then you can get problems with this. So I would recommend, when you feel like the ball is open, you know, and you really have a great chance to get to the ball with that timing, then rather use a tackle or a slide tackle. Because as you can see, I'm coming in from the side, I'm close to the ball right now, and I have a real chance of winning it. So I don't really need to let my opponent get into the running duel. I can just take the ball from him right here. And then in the second example, it's going to be very similar, where we, you know, lose the ball in build up here, and then the opponent is able to go through. And here again, I'm not really in this type of running duel where I'm alongside the opponent, but I'm coming from the side and the ball is kind of there for my taking, but still I use X. And as you can see, I don't make enough initiative towards the ball here, and so the opponent is able to get past and get a shot off. So whenever, you know, it's a situation where you're coming in from the side, but the ball is there for your taking, like right here, rather use the tackle button. And if you find this balance, then you're going to be really strong and effective. So you can see right here, it's a similar situation. Opponent is to our side, kind of, you know, but we're also coming in at this angle and we have an actual chance to win the ball. You know, we're not coming in like this where we're next to the opponent or slightly behind the attacker here. So we have an actual chance to move in there. As you can see, I use the tackle button and I'm able to win the ball. And that is kind of how you find the balance between the seal outs and the tackles with the advanced defending. And if you use it well, it's going to be a total game changer. Hope this video helped you guys. Got another great tutorial linked on the screen right now. Check it out and I'll talk to you in the next one. See you then. Bye bye.